Namaste, welcome back. I just recorded a nice little energy sequence to get things moving. I was feeling a little sluggish, but now feeling really alive and alert. So I'm going to move into a standing prana sequence. This is something that I've created. There are infinite possibilities, and I teach this and practice this as a way to really just start developing that awareness and connection to prana in a very deep way. And I, many years ago started exploring these movements because a lot of the yoga that I was around was very external, focusing on muscles and movements and outer awareness. And as you know, may not know, but now you do, is that yoga, ancient yoga is based in prana and movement of the inner life force. So the more sensitive we become to prana, the better. And that certainly goes beautifully also with outer awareness of muscles and more our annamaya kosha, the physical body. All right, so there's no really right or wrong to this. Use these practices as way, and your practice time to really explore. We've talked about vichara. This is how we get really present to our own inner process, how we learn, how we grow, is through exploration. It's not a performance. So feet apart, hip width, knees soft. And I'm going to let the weight just slightly come toward the big toes so my heels are light. And the feeling is I could spring if I want to. Okay? All right, and this allows a nice opening in the sacrum. And it starts to, it's a qigong stance, very similar to that. So it starts to circulate the prana through the legs. And also unjams the back and allows me to not have my legs and knees locked and be stiff. Okay. Having a very surreal experience right now, just feeling myself in the middle of India, this little technology connecting us and wherever we are all around the world. Feeling like the center of the yantra, which we all are, right? Not as ego, but as spirit. Okay, TMI. All right, here we go. So, knees are soft, and I first like to begin here with this pyramid. So the shape of cosmic energy, universal, Shiva. But whatever we may call it, it's cosmic energy. Now just inhale. Feel that expansion. Make a circle, especially right about here is its biggest point, and back and around. Exhale. Do it again. And this kind of opens the browser, I like to say. It opens our minds, opens our energetic spectrum. One more time. Good, and now Shakti. The triangle moves down, come just below the belly button, fingers moving toward the pubic bone, perhaps touching. Soften the neck. You are a unique individual embodiment of the cosmic energy. And then inhale up to the heart. And my movements, it's like it's almost with a slightly exaggerated feeling that you're really pronouncing, savoring the movement with breath. And little holds, right? Kumbhaka, holding, which allow me to really start stimulating the breath even more deeply, the process of respiration. So let's try again. Let's go from Shakti. Inhale to the heart. Hold the breath a moment. And then French press down. Belly draws in. Hold the breath out. One more time up. And down. And as I'm doing that, so just let little few extra pieces. I'm really letting my upper body, my neck and jaw be really soft, light and fluid. Because we're not properly grounded a lot of the time, we carry a lot of tension up here that doesn't need to be here. It's because we're not properly earthing ourselves. We're not doing our diaphragmatic breathing, so we get a lot of neck, jaw pain, headaches, blocked energy in the upper body. So that long exhale, where you're pulling your abdominals in, really, apana breath and samana, really helps to start clearing out and making space for the inhale. So I'll do another pass at this without the instructions so much, but in this one I want to just tap into a few nuances. All right, so bring up to the heart, hold, exhale, French press down. Hold your breath out for a moment, and then again back up. What I want you to try to do as you exhale is think of like literally pushing and squeezing the energy down into your root, and you can actually make mula bandha here. Squeeze your pelvic floor, pull the belly slightly in, and then up again. And again squeeze. It's power, right? Shakti. One more. Hold the breath out. Knees soft. Now inhale, we're going to set it free. Arms up. Knees are bent, upper body very light. You can also look up. Touch palms and exhale down through the midline. Head follows the movement. Scoop the earth to the heart. And now from my heart I offer forward. Spiral the hands in, knees stay bent and back bent. And slide up, so it's like you're just gently, not forcing, sliding up all the way to the third eye. Repeat. I feel a lot of energy moving. Good. Now spiral, and this time just come to neutral. So I'm not going into a big back bend. I'm going to let my left hand drop. I'm going to take my right arm up. And my knees stay soft, which really allows me a lot of movement through this middle section. And let the energy reach all the way through the fingers. Breathe here. Breathe into your ribs. For you on the right side, you're getting your liver channel, liver area here, gallbladder. Now, as I move, my knees are soft. I'm going to pull the top hand back down as if I'm pulling energy into my core as the left arm goes up. Keeping energy in both hands as opposed to just letting it sit there makes my whole body responsive and energetic. Soft neck. We have a lot of looking up and tensing the neck in yoga, which I'll talk about more, but the moment you tense your neck, you start stressing your body. Some of the main parasympathetic nerves are going through the neck. So soft neck. Let's move again. And we're going to go back to the first side, just to practice that. It's infinite. Just let your body be alive and move and breathe. Again, switch. Use your breath. Okay, now back to neutral. And I'm going to turn to my right side. So as I'm making these movements from one to the next, the movement's coming from my center. I'm spiraling. Right? So as I come out of this, I'm shifting right foot out 90 degrees. Left foot doesn't need to move. And as I exhale, I'm going to go down as if I'm pushing the energy down through my leg, and I lean into it, into the earth, and scoop up. And now offer forward from the heart. Back in. And let's go down through the leg again. Soft jaw, throat, neck. Now as I come back in to the heart, I'm going to start to turn right about here. My right foot turns in and left foot turns out. I'm spiraling, it's all smooth. Down. Really soften the jaw there. So the focal point is the heart, Hridayam, which is one of our main, if not the main, energetic point in the body. Now I'm going to come back to the heart, turn my left foot in. As I get to the center, the energy's at the heart, I'm going to turn the feet open and go down into a squat. Let yourself just explore here a little bit. If it's tight, pulse a little more. And it's actually nice to do that even if it's not tight. Just explore. Breathing here, offering our pranams to the earth. Send the energy from your heart through your hands. Pray our blessing to the earth. Now as I come up, you may need the hands to lift, but see if you can just pulse a little so you get the resiliency happening in the joints. And then we can actually come up without stressing. So I come up, arms up, feet turn in and down. Let the hands return to the heart. And pause a moment. These kind of practices really cultivate a deep awareness of the pranic body. Modern yoga is usually a little lacking in the other bodies. 5 bodies, at least, maybe more. So breath is the link between body and mind. It's the link between all of the bodies, but especially 1 and 3, bodies 1, mind 3, mental emotional layer. When we really allow the body and breath to move together, when we allow the mind and emotion to merge with the breath, we're in yoga, right? So let's try just moving through that sequence now. I'll just give very little instruction now, so knees soft. Start with a little moment of intention at the heart. Gather your prana. So often our prana gets distracted or diffused or scattered. Pyramid. Soft eyes, soft ears, soft tongue. Make a circle. Breath in. Exhale. So it's the universal energy, Shakti. Soft neck. Heart. Hold it. Exhale, French press down. Slightly bow the head, belly in. Open the wings. Soft look up. Down to the midline. Scoop the earth to the heart. Offer. Receive. Back to neutral. Use the breath to switch. from the heart. A little different ending there. I've done it so many ways. So let's go again. One more time. Pyramid. Cosmos. Shakti, unique embodiment. Soft neck. Turn the neck a little. Heart. Hold. Squeeze it to the roots. So now I'm just flowing with one breath. The heart is becoming my natural focal point. Soft eyes. Step the feet apart. So in that same movement, we're just going to continue a little. Feet apart, about 3.5, 4 feet, hands on the hips. Okay, Pada Bandha in the feet. Press the four corners evenly. Lift through the arch slightly. Low belly lifts. Ujjayi. If you work at 100% physically, you'll create strain. So physically somewhere around 70%, 80%. And really focus more on deep breath and awareness. Thigh bones root back. We're going to take a little back bend. Just make it soft so you can enjoy it. And I can sustain it. Hinge from the hips, pushing the weight evenly into both feet, strong shins. Those of you that want to go a little easier, touch the floor with the hands. If you could do a little more, interlace your fingers, arms forward. 3 deep breaths. Breathe deeply and it will move and breathe. It'll be dynamic. And I'm going to release the hands down. Lift the chest, bend your knees, and turn the feet slightly in. Now I'm going to move, bending my left knee Right. Keeping the right foot flat on the floor, so towards Skandasana, but just explore a little bit, easy at first. Really stretching the inner leg. And I want you to keep that left foot flat on the floor so we don't collapse it right now. I'm moving deep into the hips. Now pressing the feet, I move the other way. You want to, as we move deeper in these lunges, keep a low center of gravity. Right now using the hands, back and forth. Feet are slightly turned out. And really stretching through those inner legs. Power is between the earth and the legs and the core of the body. Runner's lunge. Up on the fingertips, 3 deep breaths. Soft gaze, soft neck. Now we spiral the other way, moving through the center with awareness of the center. 3 deep breaths, runner's lunge. I'm using my diaphragmatic breath, chest, thoracic breath. Good, now back through the center. Great. Weight in both feet, strong. Knees slightly bent if needed. Hands to the hips, legs strong. Inhale, come up. Readjust of the feet if needed so that you feel really grounded. I'm constantly letting my awareness move to my roots and making little adjustments. I'm letting my awareness move to the breath, to my inner body. A really beautiful advanced practice you can do for any level is blindfold yourself sometimes. So I'm a fan of keeping the eyes open sometimes and sometimes closed, because it really lets you access different neural pathways. And we start to really awaken the Trayambakam, the third eye. So from this position now, let's do our little movement. Triangle. Beautiful expansion. Shakti. Bow the head, honoring Shakti within. Good. Up to the heart. Pause. French press, squeeze. Set it free. Now, as I come down, I'm just going to do this slow motion. I'm going to turn my feet out, and I start to move. So we'll do for you to the right. Use my legs to come up. So I'm really using my breath. I gather the energy here at Swadhisthana and move the other way. This is about a 45-degree angle. Again, gather here, so I'm moving to the center. So you don't have to go down that far, you could just do a little bit. Like this, right? But as we start to go deeper, more work. Last one. Little adjustment of the feet there. Goddess pose. And I press my feet and come up. Feet in, hands on the hips, let everything get quiet. So I really feel a nice circulation of energy right now. we're learning how to do is how to cultivate prana. There's really no practice more essentially yogic than prana and cultivation, and how we are going to use that energy, how we're going to focus it and create or co-create. So now you're at the top of your mat, feet apart, hip width. We can do the same mudra like this. Prana Mudra, knees soft. Just actually do that a few times. I haven't taught it in this video, but so our same standing position with the feet apart, hip width. We pull the energy up through the feet to the heart, and then like a French press, I turn over and go down. Soft jaw, neck, 2 times. Okay. Feet apart, hip width. So one little thought is that it's good to shift things up. The mind gets into habits, often bad habits, the breath. So changing focal points in practice, stretching ourselves, trying different things, you start to expand yourself more. Another important movement point is that in general we don't get enough different kinds of range of motion in the spectrum, so we start to get stiff. In ancient times we would have to do a lot more different types of movement in life. So bringing that full spectrum range of range of motion back into our experience is really good. Okay, knees soft. I'm going to do the Prana Mudra up and down. Now I'm going to shift to the right leg as I come up, raise the left leg, and I'm going to reach back toward crescent. What I want you to try to do is find right away a nice deep lunge for you, not too far, because then you can't hold on to it, we're overextended, and not too close, right? So as we go back, it's like I'm using my sense of depth perception. Now, what I'd like you to do is bring your hands to the heart, and we're going to pulse a little bit. Why pulse? Because if we're really grounded, we have freedom to move. We have roots that we can open with. Many people go too narrow, and then they fall over, or they can't really move. So we want to be wide enough. Now get the breath in. Left arm to the sky, right hand low belly. Press your belly hand in a little bit. And this whole left side we stretch. Not more than you can breathe. Soft gaze at the horizon line. Now I'm going to bring the hands to the heart, pulse a little, and in one smooth movement. Okay, I'm going to turn just for you. You don't have to turn. So as I come back here, then I go down. Awesome. Now, we're going to do the other side. Okay, so we come up. And I'm reaching for it as I go back. I land it. I'm steady. So you can practice that. Sometimes we do that in class. We just practice that movement of figuring out that sense of space and depth perception. Some people tend to go too far. It means they're overextending their minds. And some people like to just play it safe. So we're looking for in ourselves, I'm using my whole body, my center, right into it. Little pulse. Good, left hand low belly, right arm sky. And I press in. So the moment I tense too much, I block energy flow, right? So we work on creating more strength, but we want it with softness and energy flow. Good, big breath. Soft smile if you can. And then hands to the heart, gaze to the horizon. Awesome. Come onto the earth. I'm just going to finish this section with a, excuse me while I fix the rug here, short inversion section. All right. So we're going to, just lay on the earth for a moment. Relax everything. Stay present. Stay present. Lay on the earth. Become really awake, really present with your energy flow. Now I can feel my heart beating a little. Feel the warmth, the agni, the skin. I can really feel a sense of movement and energy in my body. Okay, feet on the floor, knees in the air. We'll do a few inversions. So if you can, have your ankles right under your knees so the shins are vertical. Touching the heels doesn't work for everybody. For some people, they have to jam the heels under, so you pretty much want it like a straight line, feet apart, hip width. Palms flat on the floor. And we're going to lift the hips a little bit, tuck the shoulders under gently, one by one. Take care here not to overdo this and compress the back of the neck. So back of the neck stays soft. Very important. Hips go up. Whole body's active, hands, feet. 5 breaths. And down. Into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees drop open, Supta Baddha Konasana. Don't always be in a hurry to go to the next thing. There's a lot of work in the simple things, learning to relax, breathe, hand-eye coordination, basic actions and movements in the pose that really are already there, and if we're paying attention, they come forward. So now same thing, I'm going to lift up into bridge, tuck the shoulders, this time bring the forearms up, upper arms are on the floor. Now I can work a little more by pressing my upper arms. And I'm taking care, because the legs are so strong, it's easy to just jam your weight into your neck, which means the upper body is then not working so much. So I'm also pressing my upper arms, keeping the pressure off the neck and taking the hips straight up. Let's try lifting one leg. 3 breaths. change. Lift the heels now. That gives a little more extra room for the lumbar. And come down. Again. Baddha Konasana. Okay. So now, I'm just going to take the legs straight up. Basic inversion. If the hamstrings are tight, you just bend the knees a little bit. We want to try to get the legs the thighs as vertical as possible. And then over time, the legs can straighten. Press the inner edges of the feet, active feet slightly. 1 minute. And so what I'd like to do in this cycle, this part of it, is do some inversions on the block, a little sequence. So I'm just going to grab my block real quick. I got these nice old-fashioned wooden blocks here, heavy as rocks. Okay, so you got small, medium, large. Don't do too much. If you have trouble getting stable, wow, it's amazing. This one is way lighter than this one. Different wood. So you could put 2 blocks on top of each other. It wants to feel nice and stable under the sacrum. Yeah, like that. So let's first relax here. Feet, ankles under the knees again. This is a great supported bridge to be in. Just take one leg up, floint. Through the heel, through the ball of the foot. So practicing here, making lines of energy. The muscle hugs. I'm extending from the hip up through the foot, and you can really sense that line of energy. Okay, both legs up. So we're going to go for about 3 minutes here. What's nice about these is you're getting this easy movement of blood circulation back to the body, to the endocrine glands, to the nerve centers. Contraindication for all the inversions is high blood pressure, glaucoma, any high pressure condition, heart problems. Please check in on that. If you have any of those conditions and are not sure if you should be doing this, just check with your doctor. You can also check with me, and I'll try to help you a little more, but always consult the doctor. And you see my breath? Really using my full diaphragmatic and thoracic breath wave as much as I can. I'm going to take the legs wide apart. If your inner groins are stiff, you can bend the knees more here. And try straightening one leg at a time. So I have one leg bent, one leg straight. Let's all do that just to see what it feels like. And I practice really stretching that straight leg. Switch it. Floint. I'm always I'm looking for good energy flow in the legs and the arms, the spine. Try both legs if you can with a heel flex. Point. Oh, good. Back together. Right knee into the chest, left leg extends out a little bit. So this could be enough, but if you can, you're going to extend the left leg and you can take it down a little bit. So that adds stretch on the psoas. Switch it. Nice opening here on that straight leg for the psoas. Back up 1 more minute. This is a more gentle, supported way of doing inversions. So you get a little more of the moon qualities, but really good. As you focus on your breath and your inner body awareness even more. Okay, back to bridge. I'm going to slide the block out gently, come down, relax. So now twist. Bring my right knee into the chest. That's it. I'm going to slide my left leg straight. Here, again, wake up the energy in both feet. It activates the meridians more, but it also really helps to engage the connective tissue. And you get a deeper stretch and internal movement. Now I'm going to take my right knee across. I can slide my hip back a little bit. I'm going to take my right arm in a cactus arm. That helps me keep that shoulder more to the earth. Now I've got energy in both feet. Inhale, lengthen. And as I exhale, I turn my ribs and head gently toward the right, toward the cactus arm. I don't know if you can see, but I'm really breathing deeply. Don't overpower yourself physically. If you do, you'll lose your breath. And then the whole thing becomes static, not ecstatic. And then I can keep working with the breath as I inhale, lengthen. And as I exhale, twist. Now a little extra. You can straighten that right leg out to the side. I'm on my mic here. Right, so I can hold the foot like that if you can reach. Otherwise you can just hold the shin. And so now it's like twisting triangle. A great place to practice this pose. Now look for energy flow down through that bottom leg, up through the spine, other leg and arms. And then the movement in the twist is lengthen and exhale, gently spiral. Always in twist, find the spiral. Feels so good. Now when I release, especially if I'm in a deep pose, soften first. Find my rooting, my support, and I come back in. Squeeze the right knee in. Good. Just take a moment. Feet on floor, knees in the air. You can feel a nice difference, this two sides. Okay, now left knee in. And I'm going to drop over. bottom hip can slide back a little bit. You want it to feel relaxed through your sacral area. You don't want that gripped and hard. Energy in the feet. My left arm here, top arm, elbow bent. Lets me hug that shoulder closer to the earth. Now, good energy flow, all directions. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly in, twist. So I'm working with my breath to go deeper, key. Not forcing the muscles, but really listening. Now for those that can, you can straighten this leg. Much deeper stretch through the hamstring, like twisting triangle. Keep a sense of the spiral, the inner body. Deep breath. And then the knee, come on, back in. Oh, that felt good. So I also pay attention to how my body communicates, the feedback it gives. Nice release, actually. And not that I never do it, but I've learned to generally not force my body to really listen to the breath. Occasionally, you know, it's like we overdo it, a little injury comes or sore area. But in general, it's really this loving, respectful practice that we're doing. The universe ultimately doesn't care how strong and flexible you are, that's for health. What the universe is responding to is energy, consciousness. Okay, Savasana, a few minutes. Relax the feet and the legs. Relax your hips, spine. Shoulders, arms, belly, heart, jaw, neck, throat, skull, head. Allow myself to be held by the universe. I can just relax. Bring the awareness to where the back of your skull is touching the earth. Really relax there, let the weight drop. Back of the shoulders, where the shoulders touch the earth. Completely relax. Elbows, hands. Sacrum. Calves, heels. Let go, let loose. Shanti, Shanti. feel ready, just deepen the breath a little bit. Take a little movement to the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. The key is, wait till you're ready to come out, and then come out gently. Keep that deep awareness with you. Keep the eyes closed. And then if you can bring your palms together at your forehead. Peace in my body. Peace in my breath. Peace in my mind. Peace in my consciousness. Peace in my soul. Roll to the side. Keep the neck relaxed. Stay relaxed. Prana. Keep the neck soft as you come up. Use the hands mostly. Chant the mantra Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.